And here we go. This is my Drunk Casting Friday session. I'll remove the Modern Squires logo because we don't really need that one right now, anyway. Daisychain, the recorded game submitter versus Ivan up here in the Aztecs with playing with the red. I'm sure Daisychain chose gray for a reason here. It's a more stealthy color on the minimap. You can easily get it confused with some objects on the minimap like stones, for example. Almost same color. So it makes it easier to hide villagers and your building foundations or whatever. We'll see how this goes, but the game is labeled or named Infantry Madness, and these two are both classified as infantry civilizations. So we'll see just how that plays out. Aztecs may or may not have the upper hand here because they have also have faster working military buildings, except it's not just the barracks like the Goths. 20% faster barracks. It's Aztecs have, oh, I don't remember the percentage, 10 or 15 maybe faster working military buildings. So it's not just the barracks, it's the military buildings overall, if I remember correctly. Should make it easier to mass some archers to deal with the first few Goths infantry units, maybe. So looking at the maps here, front woodlands, actually decently winnable map for Ivanap here. Ivanap. And Daisychain, slightly more on the open side, maybe, but also got those woodlands that favor some greedy full walling all around here. Both are pushing in here, so they want to boost their early food sources here. That does take its toll on the scouting efforts as well, but I'm sure they will find each other eventually. Although it shows grey because it's OP. I'd never voluntarily choose grey. But I'm sure Zubaman would agree with you. Basically. It's dangerous to use the TC trick as the Goths. I'm not sure if Daisychain does it or not, but Goths kill elephants a lot more quickly, so if you use the TC, you risk killing the elephant with a TC fire unintentionally. Uh-oh. Zebra doesn't want to go all the way back to the TC here. Bit of a setback, I'd say. And Ivanap now on the move here realizes the opponent isn't here. He has to be either here or here, and there he sees some hunt. He sees a 3-tile goal, but now finding the 4-tile means that the eagle. Oh, moonwalking eagle! Almost a drinkable moment, but not going to get too crazy here. Daisychain is in the 1400s, I'd say. I don't know why it doesn't show up on ranked. Maybe he hasn't played ranked recently. But we've met in tourneys before, so I'd say Daisychain is high 1300s, low 1400s. Don't think he's hit 1500s, but correct me if I'm wrong, of course. Jinxed. Gaia gets the villager. Yes. Gaia OP. Oh no, what? This is... Okay, we're not hiding the fact that we're going infantry here. Not at all. That's like the... Why? Why would they place the barracks right next to it? Did they not see it? Or how did that... What happened here? Did they not know that the eagle was there? Or what's going on here? I need to see that again. He doesn't see it! Well, to be fair, Red doesn't see it instantly either, but oh, boom, here we go. I definitely prefer having the barracks at home rather than forward. It's you may need reinforcements if you're facing counter aggression, and if all of your units are forward, then good luck holding them off. Daisychain is going Feudal Age at 21 pop, so he's going men at arms here, but Ivanap is here with the Drush, and that should be a nice stopping of the early aggression here. Right off gold, good call of Ivanap, taking the Goff's player off the gold militia in the making, though, and Daisychain with the cheaper militia will be able to queue 4 militia here, should be enough to clean up this Drush. The infantry line has bonus against eagles as well. It's actually going to commit villagers, funnily enough, and they're fighting an uphill battle here, so not too sure how that's going to turn out for them. Yeah, looks like Daisychain is cleaning up with his cheaper militia here, but that man-at-arms, that's just not going to happen just yet. Only 1 on gold. Range coming up. So I refuse to believe this is infantry madness. This is supposed to be infantry madness, not archery range madness. Shame on you, Daisychain. But that was a rough start. In all fairness as well, if it goes to the very late game for the Goths and the spam gets started, then Aztecs should be well suited to deal with that. Yes, they don't have hand cannoneers, but they have Garland Wars champions. They have full upgrades for the infantry, plus that extra attack from the unique technology in the castle. Second barracks for Ivanap, so he's going to play Goff's style with Aztecs here. Either that, or he's just forgot that he has a barracks at all. Or he's expecting some men-at-arms spam from Daisychain and wants to be better safe than sorry and keep up here. So Daisychain confirms the second barracks. He should probably be happy with that now that he has a range up and could make some archers to deal with the infantry units. So, more militia from Ivanap. 3 on gold. Does not have the discount that the gold have, so for each and every militia unit for the red player, that is more gold going down the drain. That is the case for Daisychain, who is going into men-at-arms and will also be making more militia, more infantry here. So, I say 2 or 3 Goths men-at-arms here. They clean this up nice and easy. Don't even need the archers or whatever the plan with this range is. Oh, hitting the goal again, successfully, I'd say. And now getting those palisade walls up. So, Aztecs get some walls, Goths do not. So that's a bit of a concern for the players here, or for Daisychain rather. It's going to be easier for Ivanov to get breakthrough and get raids in, because you can't stonewall. So unless you're playing arena with the Goths, you're never going to see Goths with the stone walls to hold aggression out. You have to go on the creative and rather be on the aggressive side. Not sure why the Aztecs player is going double barracks at all. He only made like an additional two men-at-arms here, so it didn't really make much of a difference. Economy seems healthy enough for both of them. It's lower idle TC time for Daisychain, so we're definitely in the villager lead here with similar eco upgrades. And yeah, what is it? 2 villagers lead for Daisychain here by the looks of it. Men-at-arms moving forward, 3 of them now pounding away at this unfinished palisade gate, but and Ivanap is seeing the range. He's actually going for skirmishers here, but now Daisychain is back on the men-at-arms. That range I was just just a debate. There's no ranged units whatsoever on the field here. And the gate finishes, but the villager, of course, classic, keeps the gate open. Eagles from Ivanap. He probably wants to have the speed of the Eagles to get some counter-aggression in, but they are going to melt to the Goths men-at-arms, trust me, if Daisychain gets the numbers to a decent amount. Especially with upgrades, neither player has infantry upgrades in. Ivanap actually has the fletching for the skirmishers. Could also consider archers here. You can play archers perfectly fine against Goths until Goths reach the castle age and get their Huskarls out. A mix of eagles, skirmishers, and men-at-arms for Ivanap here. So how do you make your opponent not be able to make counters? Just make everything. That's what my friend Dennis would do anyway. I'm not necessarily recommending it, but in this case it works. There's only one gold within Daisychain's almost completed walls, and that's being denied by the units on the hill here. Someone called my name. Didn't even know you were there. But if you look at the army composition, well, they lost the men-at-arms to be fair, so now it's not an AI army anymore. But there's supplies coming in, so that's a sign that we'll be seeing more infantry units from Ivanap here as well. The men-at-arms number is increasing for Daisychain. Men-at-arms against Eagles. Goodbye, Eagles. Especially with upgrades, and the defense upgrade is in at least. Forty-two. So the builder count is dead even here. Ivanap actually has the military advantage, but not necessarily the military strength advantage, because the men-at-arms should be dealing nicely with the Eagles here. Numbers may be missing a little bit though. Daisychain is taking the engagement here, probably just considering the infantry, Goths infantry cheapness to be worthwhile wasted like that. And another barracks comes up here with Castle Age on the way. Ivanap not up, having invested a lot more into army. And upgrades. Not a lot more into upgrades, but he did get fletching, which is a food and gold upgrade, while Daisychain has only been getting the infantry upgrades costing food. Longswords should definitely dominate against this combo here, so with the 2 barracks up, Daisychain can double up on the infantry production. He's actually going to take the engagement here. There are some weak units, there's a bit of hill advantage, and more units could pop out for reinforcements, so this shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, decent cleanup with a minimum of men-at-arms here. Daisychain also mining stone, so we're going to see Huskarls eventually here, I think. It's missing 150 stone from a castle, which will unlock Anarchy as a unique tech, allowing you to allowing you to create Huskarls out of barracks. And they move a little bit faster, have decent stats for attack. They'll improve a good raiding unit. But for now, Longswords is coming in, and the men-at-arms of Ivanap that just shouldn't be enough to hold off against this. Nice and healthy farm eco here for Daisychain, also dropping a TC on the stone and woodland here. I'm sure he'll want a cast lap on this hill to secure both the goals here. But now with longswords in and the second defense, the men-at-arms of Ivanap shouldn't have much of a chance here. However, Ivanap is keeping the aggression up, so Daisychain isn't in a good spot to counter-attack either. Four longswords against 5 men-at-arms. Who do you think wins? I think the longswords. And more are coming in. Make Jaguars, Viper. He's not in the castle age, man. You of all people should know that Jaguars aren't available until castle age. That is shame on you. So, similar infantry numbers here, so surprisingly enough, and it's triple barracks. No, wait, more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 barracks for Ivanap here. Ivanap. And he's not been buying stone, which means that he could benefit from the faster working Aztecs military units and overwhelm Daisychain with more, but not necessarily better longswords here. The stats are the same in the cast age. Tinder match didn't take text back. Yeah, welcome to the world of Tinder, Dennis. One time I had one respond like 3 months later, and we still went out though, so there's still hope. Just don't delete the match if they don't. Maybe you'll get an answer in 3 months. I will up taking good engagements here, even before longswords is getting squires, is getting chainmail armor, is really pumping out infantry now with that Aztecs bonus, and Daisychain is taking a bad fight here, is still got the better upgrades, but not the numbers by any means. The castle goes up on the secondary. Why not on the hill? Why not on the hill? To cover both golds. Well, it's still on a hill, but yeah, anyway. I guess it kind of covers both golds, but that was an interesting decision. Forward PC? What? Okay, the TC goes up to the side instead. Ivanap is not going for the secondary gold. He's subject to huge raids from Daisychain's infantry armies now. Daisychain did get the castle up as well, so we might see Anarchy and Huskarls from the barracks after a while as well. But these are some good and worthwhile raids from both sides here, full on. Okay, now we begin to understand the infantry madness title here. They're both raiding each other with longswords. Equal upgrades, somewhat similar numbers. And I guess Daisychain is holding better because of the additional TC here, protecting this side. Eco KD ahead for Daisychain as well, 16 to 6. Maybe it's hard for Ivanap to spot the movement on the grey minimap here. And Goths should be producing slightly faster than the Aztecs barracks as well. Let's have a look. It's actually not producing anymore, so we can't compare. But Goths have 20% fast working barracks, and if you make it to the Imperial Age somehow, you'll have access to perfusion, which boosts it with another 100%. Ooh, another castle for Daisychain here, and that should be ranging the second gold here. No, Fletching is in for the castle as well. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be rendering that gold somewhat useless. Ivanap wants to get the castle up for the Jaguars as well. The raids have been cleaned up, and the Eco KD is 20 to 6 for Daisychain, so that's a nice and comfortable 20 villagers lead per Daisychain here now, all things considered. Better eco upgrades as well, looking good for the gods here. And setting up nicely for a counter-attack now could start eating TCs with longswords here, because Ivan doesn't have a castle yet. He has 6 on stone, but does not have nearly enough stone for a castle yet. Also lacking the second attack upgrade, so Daisychain has better infantry here. And here they go. Ivan refuses to give in here. Has that Aztec's eco bonus, collecting things a little bit more efficiently with 3 resources more carried per trip. Ivan tries for another raid here. That's only 7 longswords though. This should easily be cleaned up. Yeah, I got to keep the write the commands in a way that gets people interested, you know, basically. So I ended up getting some raids in here. That forward castle could be eaten by Ivan Up's longswords as well. Almost feels like this trade will be forced to go into murder holes here, otherwise this castle will actually die to longswords. But Imperial Age is on the way, and that's something you never want to see when you're playing against Goths. And Daisychain maybe not able to afford perfusion right away, but he's securing the 3rd gold as well here. He's going to get access to 200 swordsmen, champions, and more importantly the Imperial Age upgrades for the infantry as well. And even Ivan up, if he goes into the Jaguars here, it's not going to be enough because he's still in the Castle Age and he's going to struggle big time against an Imperial Age push. Just make Jaguar warriors. Well, he still doesn't have a castle and he still needs the numbers. And he's going to be up against the Imperial Age, so I don't think that will work. Just make social Jaguar warriors. I don't even know what you mean by that. I just know it's the team name of Henry, who we casted earlier in the custom sims. Everyone is command baiting. Ivan up calls the GG, and that's mainly because of the Imperial Age and the upgrades kicking in here and the damage not done properly, and maybe looking at the score as well. So, Infantry of Madness, it was Daisychain. I'm not sure if you ever made a single ranged unit, that the range was just a debate. But hey, it worked out. Fending off the aggression here, benefiting from that faster production of units of the Goths. There's some massive dips in the stats here from the red player, losing lots of, I'm assuming that's military population here. And then finally losing the most, and behind on age. Never ideal, especially not against Goths with full infantry going on. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna get myself a refill and cast the next one.